to Real Stories, your 6:45 news feed. And we pride ourselves on the fact that at least one of us has a third of a journalism degree. And now to our first story. Some members of 6:45 are still undecided on attending the road trip on the 11th of July. So we interviewed some elderly members of the community to see their thoughts.
Yeah, back in my day, we couldn't afford to go on road trips. We only had horses, and the average horse can only go so far. I remember my old horse Zippy. Oh, he's my best mate, Zippy. He could only go about a quarter of a mile on a gallon of kerosene. And one day, I rode him too far, and I rode him into the ground, and he broke his leg. Oh, Zippy! He was in so much pain. I had to put 4 bullets in him. Oh, he still wouldn't die, so I had to strangle him. Oh, Zippy, you're my best mate! Oh. Road trips, what do they know?
Of course, kids today don't realise what they've got. Back in my day, we had potato farming. Yes, African potatoes, North Hampshire potatoes. Yes, even Southern Scottish potatoes. I remember this one time, I got my beard caught in a jar of potatoes. I should have gone on that road trip.
So don't forget 6:45, the road trip on the 11th of July. With engage payments now well overdue, stories of street justice are arising. We go to the mean streets of Northmead with Senior Detective Sergeant Major Doc Martin. Doc, what can you tell us from down on the streets?
Look, yes, it is true that Engage is coming up very soon and that some members have not yet paid their Engage money. You do need to get your Engage money in very soon. But I can uncategorically, unequivocally deny and refute all allegations that some members are turning to vigilante forms of justice to secure their payments. That is just not on.
Jimmy Frank! What? You didn't pay your Engage money, sunshine.
Check's in the mail! The check's in the mail! The check's in the mail! It's coming! I promise! It's coming! I don't know what that is. Nothing to do with me.
Thanks, Doc. While Real Stories does not condone violence, if I was you, I'd get my payments in. And finally, in a special segment paying tribute to the sporting teams and talents of 6:45, we go live to the field.
Good evening. Sport has been cancelled for the weekend due to bad weather, so we welcome you to your favourite sports panel, talking about sports. Talking about your favourite game, sports.
Yes.
Very good. Now, gentlemen, last week we were discussing the intricacies of netball, but I believe this week we have a new question. What is OzTag?
Indeed, yes. I think it's hard to define. OzTag must indeed be the combination of Oz and the word tag. I believe it is played in a futuristic safari-type game zone where members of different sporting teams hunt and tag various members of Oz.
But is OzTag a sport? And then, what is a sport?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yes. How does one tag?
Tagging.
Yes.
Oz.
Sport. Right.
Sport.
Right.
And apparently, that was sports. That wraps up 6:45 news for another week. I'm Brittany Klein. Have a nice evening.